Hello guys, this is Vintrix Lord Dragon, here to give you my personal Red Eyes Black Dragon build. It's not competitive, it's more for fun. It's something I came up with a while ago using Buster Blader and Red Eyes Black Dragon. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give you my profile. Heart and Soul of the deck right here. 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon, always, same thing. I run 2 of the Red Ice Black Flare Dragons. Don't need too many, there's a lot of 7s in here. Don't need too many Red Eyes monsters, but you need more than 3, so I went with 5. 2 Blackstone of Legend. There aren't too many monsters to really search out of this that you want to have on the field real quick, but there are enough that you would need 2 Blackstones. I don't know anybody that would ever run 3. I don't run 3, but I've seen 3 in 1 or 2 decks maybe before. Two Black Metal Dragons. I'm a little bit iffy about the Black Metal Dragons. I'm still running it, seeing what it'll do. They're useful when they're useful, but when they're not, they just kind of sit in your hand. Two Red Eyes Baby Dragon. I use this as another way to search, kind of like with the Blackstones. Sometimes you got to take damage to attack on your turn to get the search, to play out a 7 so you can go into your exceeds, to go into link plays, and there's a lot of things you can do. One Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. It's kind of standard. Any dragon, this is like a staple for it. I do run Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. It's kind of one of those what if moments. You can pitch them from your hand, kind of like with the Black Metal Dragons, but if not, then he kind of just sits there until you can pitch them or use them. Two Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordmaster. I run 2. I don't see any more reason to run 2. These guys kind of get cycled all the time, even when you throw them in the graveyard for synchro or exceed plays or link plays. 3 Buster Whelps of the Destruction Swordman. This is pretty good. He does everything you need for the Destruction Swordsman to run. Gets the job done. He also does a few extra little things here and there. Good monster though. Two Dragon Buster Destruction Swords. This guy is basically, you play him on your first turn, equipped to the Buster Blader, and your opponent can no longer use extra play summons. There's no extra deck or, to be used when you play this guy. He stops all of that. And plus, he's a tuner, he fits into a lot of plays, helps you get a lot of stuff together. 3 Dragon Ravine. It's a dragon deck. You want your Red Eyes and you want the Buster Whelp and other monsters to be thrown in your graveyard a lot of the time, and this just helps you extend your play. To terraforming, pretty obvious. Search the Dragon Ravine. Soul Charge, Monster Born, 2 Silver's Cries, and 3 Return of the Dragon Lords. These are all your special summon cards for your dragons. You got Soul Charge and Monster Reborn, so you can extend plays. There's a lot of OTKs and saves and stuff like that can be done with these cards. 2 card of Constant. You got a lot of tuners. There's 5 tuners in the deck, and they're all targets for cards. So it's good to have these. Saves you a lot of trouble. Only reason I don't run 3 is because there's only 5 tuners, and you need a few of them. I run Claws of Hermeros. These help you get rid of dragons out of your hands if you obviously run the Red Eyes Black Dragon Swords. So you run him, you get your plays through that. There's a lot of stuff you could do through that with all the dragons that you run in the deck. There's just a lot to be done with that. So, it becomes useful. To Polymerization. You only really run 1 fusion monster that doesn't come out using Claw of Hermeros. So the 2 polys are just a steady way to get one or the other. 1 for 1. Good card. A lot of level 1 monsters in this deck. Helps you get any one of them that you need. Foolish Burial. The same thing as kind of like with 1 for 1 and everything else. A lot of the cards in this deck you want in the graveyard. Foolish will make that happen. Red Eyes Insight. I want to kind of run more of these and run 1 or 2 of each of the trap cards that go with it. But for now, I'm only running the Red Eyes Fang with Chain. This is just its own little combo setup. If you don't have Fangs with Chain in your hand, then Insight's useful. If you have Insight and Fang with Chain in your hand, then you kind of just get stuck with Insight until you can get rid of it, which is why I want to run more. But we'll figure that out. Right now, though, this is just not a top tier deck. This is more so for fun, and it does its thing. On to the extra deck. Link Karibo, Link Spider, Proxy Dragon, Nightmare Cerberus, Clipfoot Genius, Nightmare Phoenix, and Zephyra Meltron. This whole package here is kind of something I've seen in Red Eyes decks a lot. Now since Firewall's gone, there's a lot of things that are done with it, and there's still plays that can be done, but it's mostly built off of infinite loops. Galaxy Tomahawk, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, those are the only 2 Exceeds you run. Galaxy Tomahawk's pretty obvious, it's how you do big links plays and all that, and Flare Metal Dragon is so I can resummon my Red Eyes and also negate effects for burn damage. Negate an effect, do 500 for monsters. It's just all that is, round and round and round. I run 2 Red Eyes Black Dragon Swords. I got 2 Claws of Hermeros. I use both of them. If I get one of these guys and I just so happen to have it where my opponent doesn't have any spells or traps, you can trample them. You can OTK with this card. I've had plays where I've had monsters with over 8,000 attack easily, pretty often actually whenever I play them, because you're burning so many dragon type monsters to your graveyard. Slash Dragon. You're running warriors and dragons. Yes, there's only 2 warriors, but you're also searching those warriors. You're throwing them in your graveyard. You're also recycling them. There's a bunch of plays of that. And of course, as you guys saw earlier, the Buster Blader, the Destruction Swords Master. He does a lot of good for you. There's a whole play with him. You can even equip him with the Black Dragon Sword, and you just make him outrageously huge. He becomes a giant monster. big wall to deal with, and with the right link board, you can center him, and he just becomes a giant pain in the butt to get around. Really strong, does a lot of damage when you need him to. Buster Dragon, he goes right with the Buster Blader setup. He makes all your opponent's monsters into dragons. If you don't have a Buster Blader, you can special summon one from your graveyard, and on your opponent's turn, you can equip that Buster Blader with one of the Destruction Sword Dragon monsters from your graveyard. So you choose the Buster Destruction Sword monster, and you equip them to Buster Blader, and that's a combo to where your opponent can't do his link plays. You play that, no link plays, you got him in defense, he has only his deck monsters. So, like, there's a lot of stall effects with that, a lot of trap effects. You can lock people down. You can do a lot with that, and I have Stardust added in because I'm running a bunch of 7s and a bunch of level 1 tuners, so if I'm able to get Stardust out, I could just drop Stardust and have any combo, and it will help. It's always a useful card to have. You can always pitch Stardust to the graveyard and negate any destruction effect, which is good because a lot of cards destroy. There are the few that only banish, but yeah, like I said, this isn't meant to be a tournament-heavy deck. I don't even have hand traps or anything in this deck. It's just strictly for fun. I came up with this idea a long time ago when I first saw the Buster Blader stuff and thought it'd be really cool. And when Slash Dragon came out with Baby Dragon, that just inspired me even more so to do the deck, and it's really good. Well, as for my build, this is what I got. It's a lot of fun. It does a lot of stuff. I can get away with a lot of plays with it. But this is what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you next time.